Try it yourself, dynamically manipulating web page elements. In this Try It Yourself exercise, we'll begin with the basic web page and then dynamically add, modify, and remove elements based on user interactions. The solution files are located as usual in the Code Listings archive in Hour 10. All of these files are named Hour 1002. In the Hour 1002.html source file, we have a set of span elements that'll be buttons, a content div where you'll dynamically place new elements, and a free-floating menu that provides buttons and links to jQuery docs. As a matter of fact, why don't we take a look at the file and its behavior before we look at the underlying source code. We can click the first button, Hours, and make selections here, and notice that it updates on the main page. Docs contains 3 buttons at right, where we're making calls to live web pages, jQuery, jQuery UI, and jQuery Mobile, and finally we have a fade button that applies a fade to that frame. The CSS is nothing that we haven't covered quite a bit already, so let's move on to the Hour 1002.js source file. Leading off with the ready function, in line 2 we hide the doc menu div, which will be shown only when the user clicks on the docs button. The rest of the lines add click handlers for those buttons. Lines 7 through 22 embraces 2 functions. The setHourNav function is called when the user clicks the Hours button. This function goes through the process of creating new select elements and adding 24 option elements to it. On line 16 you can see a change event handler is added to the select element to catch when the hour changes. The second function sets the content paragraph element to match the hour selected. Now look at line 27. We have the function setDocNav that'll be called when the user clicks the docs button. This function shows the doc menu, removes the active class from all span elements, and then adds it to the docs button to show it is active. In line 32 we have setDoc. This handler activates when the user clicks one of the options in the doc menu. The function creates a new iframe element that points to the selected doc and then replaces the contents of the content div with that new element. Finally, we have the fade handler that kicks in when the user clicks the fade button. This checks the current opacity CSS property and increases or decreases it to cause the content to fade in and out. And that's all there is to it.